viewers, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Joshua Koko, and you're watching the Hard Rock Podcast every single Mondays at 8 p.m. We are right here, and we are proudly sponsored by S1 Hypermarket. And of course, as usual, behind the cameras, we are having also at studios right here. And of course, last week, amazing interview we had with Pastor Macron Oja, and you guys gave us amazingly interesting feedback, especially about the interview, the person we hosted, and of course also the background. Yes, the talk of the day was actually the background we used. And of course, today again, we are not in studio of us Art Studios. Today, we're as well outside, and this is an amazing nature right here also in Vara. And I think we're proudly sponsored by S1 Hypermarket. Amazing stories in this particular week. Good and downright ugly things that went down last week. Amazing stuff. First of all, the trending story of all in Uganda, the Ghetto Kids. Of course, Uganda's children dance group Ghetto Kids amazed judges as they gave an awesome performance at the 2023 Britain's Got Talent show. The ITV talent show was back on screens for its 16th episode on 15th of April, with the former judge of Strictly Camp Dancing, Bruno Tonelli, stepping in as a new judge to join Amanda Holden, Alicia Dixon, and Simon Cowell. Now, dressed in a matching green and patterned outfits, the group performed an energetic routine to a mix of songs. The magical dance moves delighted the crowd, and mostly Tonelli. Actually, he was so happy that he decided to press the golden buzzer amidst the performance. He said he was literally exploding and that he was extremely very proud of the guy's performance. On his part, Simon Cowell revealed that the golden buzzer, which sends the act straight through to the competition's live semifinals, has never actually been pressed amidst the performance. And that's not even the rule of the golden buzzer. The rule of the golden buzzer is for you to actually wait for the performance to get done. That's then when you actually press the golden buzzer. And in the moment, Simon Cowell said this moment was extremely magical. The kids are still in the competition and have received a huge positive reaction across the world. We can only wish them all the best. Moving forward as well, Uganda's story was talking about, that is Zari Hassan. Now, South African-based Uganda socialite and businesswoman Zari Hassan has revealed that her Nikkah ceremony with Shakib was organized in a very short period of less than 48 hours. Over last weekend, Zari Hassan and her lover Shakib, real names Shakib Lutaya, formalized their relationship in a Muslim ceremony, the Nikkah. Now, in a video, Zari revealed that earlier last year, Shakib actually cheekily just hinted at marrying her. Little did she know that he was actually serious. During last week's Ramadan period, Shakib jetted into South Africa and notified Zari about his intentions of marrying her in the next very few hours. After consulting Muslim clerics, the Nikkah's date was set and the arrangement lasted about 24 to 48 hours. The couple's low-key Nikkah ceremony was attended by intimate friends and family, and Zari maintained that their Nikkah sat down well with very many people who wished them well in their marriage. Yet, there is a section of critics that claimed that the couple performed the ceremony under huge pressure. Now, the mother of five said that they held the Nikkah ceremony on their own initiative and for the benefit of their marriage, not because they were actually influenced to do so by anyone. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight, like I told you, we're proudly sponsored by S1 Hypermarket and behind the lenses, also at studios, and we are again having the man himself, that is Kyobe Wambuzi, joining us later on an interview right here on the show. But before we get there, my very last story for you, this particular good and downright ugly, is that a song featuring AI generated vocals claiming to be Drake and The Weeknd has actually been pulled down from streaming services by Universal Music Group after going very, very viral last week. In a song, the fake Weeknd sang in a verse where he alleges that Selena Gomez cheated on him before their breakup in 2017. The label condemned the song called Heart on My Sleeve for infringing content created with generative AI. The song is not perfect though, however, as it sounds very scratchy and has very low quality vibe. The vocals are sometimes a little bit slurred and glitchy, likely as an effect of the artificial intelligence process. And the track was originally posted on TikTok by a user called Ghostwriter 977 and shared on streaming services under the artist name Ghostwriter. By the time it was actually removed just last week on Monday, it had racked up to 600,000 Spotify streams, 15 million views on TikTok, and 275,000 YouTube views. Very huge numbers there. Neither of the artists has actually come on to respond about it, but Drake recently expressed his displeasure at his voice being cloned by so many AI softwares as well. And recently we actually also had Michael Jackson singing to a song of The Weeknd and a clip generated by AI. We do not know how far this will go, but ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us. And up next, like I told you, we have Jose. Up next, an interview amazingly right here on the 23rd episode of the Hard Log Podcast.
Yes, Afro Branch is back. Ovations bring you Afro Branch on the 30th of April at Coco Palm Arua with Irene Tale, Fifi Music, live band performances, and so many others. Don't forget to carry those mats and bottles. See you there. This event is proudly sponsored by More Radio, Estomat Hypermarket, Prime Gadgets, West Nile TV, and Ovations Events.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have here with me Jose. Joseph Kyobe Wambuzi, commonly known as Jose, is an entrepreneur in the field of hospitality, tourism, events, and logistics management. He holds a bachelor's degree in business management and also master's in business administration, still from Mackay University Business School, that is MOBS. He is the proprietor and CEO of Bamboo Village and Oasis 24/7 Limited, Arua, since 2013 to date. Now, Amusoga by tribe from Naigobia, he's going to pronounce that the right way, Luuka District. Jose's catchphrase is doing ordinary things differently. Joseph, one more time, as the Hard Log Podcast team, you're most welcome on the show.
Thank you so much. I'm privileged to be here the first time.
Yeah.
I'm no longer a spectator, but now I mean, I've been a viewer, but I'm now
a participant.
I'm in the real thing now.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
It's a sweet place. It's a nice place. First of all, Jose, on a very light note though, there's a popular stereotype that the Basoga are very good at making chapati and Rolex. Yeah, Musoga, are you one of the good ones?
Just come to my village and taste one, and you've tasted them several times. I think it's now time for you to give feedback publicly. Yeah.
The truth is, I think the chapati, the time I became very addicted to the chapati at Bamboo.
Yeah.
I would come every single evening, go and taste chapati and vegetable, and that was my food every day. That was nice.
That was a good combination because chapati generally it's not advised to eat a lot of chapati, but at least you are compensating with the vegetables, which is a very good thing.
Yeah. Chapatis are my thing. So regardless, we move. Now, let's just dive straight into this interview without wasting a lot of time. So legend actually says it that Jose was brought to Arua to manage the old Oasis bar that was on Vara Road, and then by your brother, before the business actually collapsing for whatever reason, making Jose to then go and work with Toyota as a salesman, and then starting officially Oasis 24/7 Lounge later on. Is this true? In just a minute, can you tell us the story of Jose coming to Arua, finally reaching here?
Straight from the university after my first degree, I came to Arua to visit my brother. And while he was working here, he was also running a business that was Oasis Inn. And he ran it until we ran that place until 2009, and it didn't collapse.
Wow. Okay.
It didn't collapse. However, it shifted to Kampala. Having been transferred from the region, my brother, he preferred also to transfer the business to Kampala, so it didn't collapse. And probably it's the reason why I'm still alive. So briefly, that's why it began from. After there, I went to Toyota Uganda. Fortunately, Toyota Uganda transferred me to West Nile, that I call a home. Yes, worked in Toyota from 2010 to to 2013. Yeah, Toyota closed, but by the time that we closed the branch, we were in the process of opening. I was in the process of opening Oasis 24/7. So I prefer not to go back to the headquarters of Toyota Uganda. And
that was an option, actually.
That was an option. That was an option. So the rest is history. Yeah. The fact is, we are still here. And then after Oasis 24/7, Bamboo Village was born. Yeah, Bamboo Village was born in 2018, before lockdown. 2018. Yeah. Remember, we did even a Cherry Festival before lockdown. Before lockdown. Yeah. Yes. True. So, so that is basically the story.
Oh,
yes.
At least we've gotten how you stepped in this town finally from university, meeting your brother. That was awesome. Now, by the Ugandan standards, Ugandan economy standards, you are considered among the wealthy people of this country. Okay, with all the business and the net worth, probably. I don't know your net worth, but I'm quite sure it is above average of many Ugandans. Now, my question for you is that for someone who is a Muntu poor man, what is the mindset of the rich? How do they operate? What is their mindset like?
Basically, I think that what personally I go through every other day is that I've always said over and again that whatever I've done successfully is already obsolete. Yeah, it is expired. So I don't take too much time when celebrating. I always think of the next challenge. So I've said before that when Joshua come to Bamboo Village and enjoy the pizza and say, "Oh, Jose, this was wonderful," I will say thank you. But then as you check out of the gate, my head will remain puzzled. What should I do differently tomorrow for Joshua to give me another compliment?
Wow.
So that is, I think, the mindset of a person who wants to build a wealth, who wants to grow in business.
Yeah.
Look at every other success that, yes, it should be a point where another challenge begins from. For example, we have been here before lockdown, and we did lockdown, so many wonders. So many guys praised us, and then kaboom, lockdown came.
Yeah.
So when it came, so what else were we supposed to do to get compliments and also to continue surviving and grow in the industry?
But now the question is, where do you draw the line of gratification, being grateful for what the success you've actually had, being grateful for them, and then looking for more? Because then you'll be always getting hungry for more and more. Doesn't it crash at one point?
At the time it crashes, I think that is the end of your living. So for as long as you're living, you're still breathing. I mean, the challenge must be there, and you must conquer them. And I always say that face the challenge. I always say that it is an exciting challenge. Yes, every challenge ahead of me is exciting. That is the mindset that you should always say, not have every other day. Other short of that,
you'll crash.
You'll crash.
Yeah.
You'll crash because every other day comes with a new challenge.
Yeah.
So you cannot rely on the success of yesterday. That
that's my biggest.
That is it. That is it.
Interesting. And now, the other thing I wanted to find out from you is that you actually have a lot of times, but Oasis 24/7 is still creeping in your day-to-day identity and your brand,
including the t-shirt.
You're wearing it right here. Yet there's bamboo the other side. You've almost given them the same weight on the t-shirts, and yet what we know is that you closed this business a couple of years ago. Some people kept saying that probably it was because you had too much rent burden. People claim Jose couldn't afford rent at Oasis 24/7 building, the previous one, the now Sky Lounge now. And some people claim it was probably COVID-19. Now, what you've never told the story publicly, probably. Why did you actually close down Oasis 24/7?
Well, as a business person, I believe that, and if you want to continue surviving the business, at some point, I mean, you can carry on. You can carry on.
Yeah.
You can be doing losses and carry on with the hope of a better tomorrow.
Yes.
But at some point, you must put the losses to an end. You must put the losses to an end.
Wow.
So that is, personally, I don't put emotions in what I run. Oasis 24/7 was my baby. It is the first business. It was the first business I did after retiring from my job. It was more like a baby, but the reality is setting that the business was challenging, the lockdown. We said, what do we do? So one of the strategies was to say that, okay, let's concentrate at Bamboo Village,
where we
yes,
shine for now.
And we rent out Oasis 24/7.
Yeah.
Yes, Oasis 24/7 is still under us. Yes, we have rented it out to somebody who is running it. So,
you're renting out that space.
Yes, so you have to put an end to a loss at some point in time. Actually, it is a strategic move. Sometimes when you close a business, it is a strategic move.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to accept that. Yeah, I think this is too much.
Yeah.
For us, and we had to do that.
Okay.
And probably that's why we are still in the market.
Exactly. That's interesting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hard Logo Podcast. My name is Joshua, and you are watching the 23rd episode of the show. And we are here every single Mondays at 8 p.m. And tonight I have with me here the man himself, Joseph Kyobe Wambuzi, joining us on this particular episode for an amazing interview. Now, let's talk about the claims that people actually have about your businesses now. These are interesting conspiracies.
Yes, and we always have those feedbacks.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, one of the things people say about your business is that, including even Bamboo Village today, you focus more on employing foreign people, especially in top management. It's very rare that you're going to find local people in Jose's business in top management. And this is an observation problem I've seen as well. A couple of what people say. Now, my question for you is, why are you doing this? Is there some kind of incompetence you've realized in the local people? Or is it because you don't trust people, you only want to trust people from your region? Why are you not giving the jobs to the local people, especially the top managers?
That is interesting. When I get a manager who is not a West Nile, it's not. I'm not employing a region or a tribe.
Yes.
I'm employing competence. Yes, I'm employing competence. We should realize that West Nile, the entire West Nile, doesn't have any professional catering institution that is recognized.
Okay.
Doesn't have.
Okay.
The only institution you have in Arua, for example, is I think Mechora, which is just limping.
Yeah.
You know, I've said this over and again, even to bigger platforms, that please, our administrators of West Nile and politicians, can you advocate for a tourism and catering institution? But West Nile will keep crying that all these big hotels they're employing Kenyanese, they're employing people from across the Nile, because West Nile doesn't have people who are competent in hospitality, who are professional in hospitality.
Can people learn on their jobs? You're an expert.
They are learned in the job. You as a customer, are you willing to tolerate me for poor service today, tomorrow, and the other day?
No,
as we learn, even as I speak now, at Bamboo Village, you have trainees. Okay, you have trainees from some institution here, which belongs to the Diocese of West Nile. Yes, in Ivara here. You parents out there who want to, your children to work in the hospitality industry, please take them to catering schools and recognize catering schools. We are here to give them jobs. We are here to work with them. We are here to develop together. That's the message I have to give.
Wow. Now, there is no doubt that you're among those that have immensely promoted the entertainment industry of this region, West Nile. You've even gone past West Nile. You've done events that have invited people out of West Nile as well. And now, however, there's a popular talk in West Nile, particularly among entertainers who accuse you as an individual of either underpaying or the issues of not payment have not come in the discussion. However, they claim that Jose is a man of less than 50,000 shillings. He gives, regardless of who you are, he'll give you less than 50,000 for the work you've done in events and everywhere. DJs, MCs, and musicians, some of them have vowed and pledged that we shall never work with Jose as long as he is who he is. What is your side of the coin?
That is interesting. Now, I think what the public needs to know is that our platforms are training platforms. Okay? One of our responsibilities that we have given ourselves is to identify, nurture, groom talents. And this is on record. Okay? Most of the celebrated entertainers, our stars in the region, they have been on our platform. I was talk about Free Boy, remember they sing a long night at West 24/7. Talk about Pasha, who is enjoying life elsewhere. Peace Y. Talk about the DJs, DJ Dranix, DJ Mandezo, DJ Black. All these ones have been our staffs.
Yes.
Now, when you're exposed and our platform is no longer able to host you, please, we let you go and further your talents.
Wow.
You get it?
Wow.
Yeah. For example, Free Boy used to sing every day, every Tuesday at sing along night. You think I can afford him to have him every week right now?
At this point,
yes. Can't. So if Free Boy, for example, says that I underpay, of which I'm sure I cannot say so. Yes, he would be right. So people should know that yes, for us we train you, we give you the platform, we expose you to the world. And then when you become bigger and bigger, even probably bigger beyond our platform, we appreciate that, yes, you have made a contribution in your life.
But the thing is,
and then,
you see, a platform does not parent some days. Some of these young people are coming to look for rent, they are coming to look for how to survive, and how they need that. They need that sort of money.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You rightly said that it's the accusation that we don't pay, we underpay.
Yes.
Yes, for us we pay what is right according to the size of our business.
Wow.
So in your mind, if what our institution is able to pay is below your expectation, we just say, thank you for working with us. At a given opportunity, we shall work together.
Another day.
Another day. Another day. So that is our philosophy. Several times I connect these guys to bigger platforms.
Yeah.
Take an example of DJ Dranix. I told him, please, where you have reached, we want to be able to maintain you on our payroll. So I connected him to these guys, the almost famous DJs, where he still belongs up to date.
Yes.
And he's very appreciative. So that is the essence of our platform.
Yeah. That is interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joshua, and this is the Hard Log Podcast. We're sponsored by Esomad Hypermarket. Esomad Hypermarket actually is one of the biggest supermarkets or hypermarkets in this region, in the whole of North. If you, by any chance, happen to come to West Nile, please go to Esomad Hypermarket. Anything you want. Now, it is clearly stated that Esomad Hypermarket actually has the most stock variety in the entire of this region when it comes to supermarkets. So you know where to go for every shopping you need. You know where to go. Switching back to the interview, moving forward, many people have also been claiming and accusing you of trying to partner with them, but at the end of the day, you're stealing the ideas for your personal use. You call someone and tell them, you know what, let's partner have an amazing deal here for you, but then you end up stealing the idea. So
now just let me tell you.
Yeah.
There is knowledge and wisdom.
Yes.
Okay. If I'm found of stealing your ideas, I would just advise you that please improve your security. So that I stop stealing. You have to just improve your security. You know, hire bouncers. You know,
but the question is,
why
would you
hire bouncers
instead of asking someone, Jose, instead of asking someone to hire bouncers?
Yes.
Why don't you then find better ways of working with the young people and not necessarily have to steal the ideas?
You see,
because now some of these things, the ideas come, but they need money. Sometimes these ideas come, they need beyond what they can afford.
Yes.
So instead of them hiring bouncers, why can't you just find better ways of working with them?
So let me tell you, is that for whatever we do in life, especially business,
yes,
we do them out of research. An idea, is it a product? Is it a service? You get it?
No, yes.
An idea can pop from anywhere. You can get it from Google. You can get it from
the new AI software,
from Hardlock. You can. So somebody saying that so and so stole my idea, I think people need to be serious.
Wow.
If you're out there and you're still crying at people steal your ideas, so if they are implementing your ideas, where are you? Stop crying. I mean, implement your idea.
Yeah.
At least let somebody duplicate your product. But saying somebody stole your idea, I think whoever is claiming so is not serious. That's a lack of seriousness.
Wow. Now let's switch gears a little bit now into speaking financing. I wanted you to help our young viewers and audience that are watching us now. There's a lot of aspiring young people who like to be the next Joses. In Uganda today, the youth are actually blamed for just being lazy. They're always looking for employment. They don't want to be self-employed. Why don't they start farming businesses? Why don't they start small-scale businesses? But the actual truth that they don't speak about is that some of these things need capital, not just small capital, huge capitals. Because if you really want to take something like this and make money off it, you must have enough capital and time and patience. Which young people don't have. My question is, what are we getting wrong about this narrative?
I think in the first place is what you are getting wrong in the first place is the definition of capital. Many people think that capital is money.
Yes.
Capital is land. You know, hey, I was 24/7. I never owned the building. I didn't have the money to buy the fridges that it began with.
Yes.
I got all these fridges from Nile Boys, Uganda Boys, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, name it.
Because of network.
Because of network.
Yes.
So what does that mean? My first capital was network.
Yes.
The young people, I think what they need to do is they should invest in networks. That is one. They should invest in knowledge seeking.
Yes.
Take an example. At the time we began Oasis 24/7, we didn't even have a generator despite the challenges of Wendereko. So every time Wendereko would be off, we would light candles. It would be a project to them. I hardly get any young person coming to meet Jose. Can I have a placement for training? They don't have the jobs. The jobs are not there. But even the few which are there, the people who qualify for them are not there. Apart from their academic papers, they don't have the experience. Yes.
So my advice is beginning from when without you have. I mean, the principle of wealth is about accumulation. Accumulation step by brick by brick, brick by brick, brick by brick. By the time you look back and see where you began from, you even ask yourself, am I the one who has made all these steps? I think that is the principle. There's no magic.
I think one of the also interesting things is one of the beautiful things in life for young people should be, instead of savings, a good thing, but instead of savings, investments, as little as they are. I don't know.
Now, for me, I've now built in savings.
Okay.
Anyway,
that makes the two of us.
Yeah, but that's a big debate.
Yes.
Because money loses value.
But why then? What is your perception of why don't you believe in savings? It's very important there.
I don't believe in saving because by saving, you are not adding value. It means that saving, you're basically keeping what you already have.
Yeah.
You are not multiplying it.
Yeah.
So if I get 50,000, instead of keeping it and I wait for tomorrow to get another 10 and I have...
And I add 60.
The 50,000, I will get 2 young hens, 25, and I keep those ones.
Yeah.
Now, if I get a need that requires 100,000, I will just go and pick my hens, which have now even laid the eggs.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I have young ones.
Young ones. I sell and I get 100,000.
Yet you have young ones still living there.
Exactly. So that's why I don't believe in the principle of saving. I believe in the principle of investing.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. My name is Joshua, and this is the Hardlock Podcast, and we are here for episode number 23. And I have the man himself here, Jose. My final question, or second last question to you is that in my very young age, as of today, I've had a little bit of the taste of wealth somewhere for my age, and comparing to a number of Ugandan young people. If you make that comparison, average, I taste a little bit of wealth. And my experience with wealth is that there is so much dirt, sweat, and blood behind the scenes. You do a lot of the dirty business, a lot of the sweat, a lot of the blood out there. I'm not meaning literally, I'm meaning figuratively. There's a lot of hustle behind that. However, most people like you who have been, according to the Uganda standard, have wealth. When you speak to young people in life, you don't tell young people the real business of what actually goes down. There's a very interesting speech I watched from Trump. Trump says that one of the things he has gotten over the years is that for you to be successful, you must have the ability to contain pressure. A lot of it, like I said earlier. Now, why do you think people are hiding this truth from the young people? And they just say, oh, be resilient, oh, work hard, God will help you. Why do you think people are actually rich are hiding this truth from the young people?
I think they are not hiding. It is us who are having a different interpretation of their message.
Yes.
So when any motivation speaker out there, when he's speaking, don't focus on the messenger. Focus on the message. I've heard many people complaining about some of the richest Ugandans when they are giving a message that is, can he be audited and we know where
his money comes from.
His money comes from. Focus on the message. There are some guys who focus on the message on the messenger in the name of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And that's why probably he was crucified. Instead of focusing on the message. So pick out what he's telling you. What do you think is ideal to your situation? Yeah. So if you get blinded by, it is Jose speaking, that guy,
That guy who we know.
That guy who we know, is a friend to you and you are in favor of him.
By the way, so those claims, by that, I didn't want to bring up an interview.
Yes.
There's a lot of claim in town. People say, you see, Jose's wealth is probably not even his money. He works with security officials. He's a government informant. He owns a lot of places outside of Arua. So for them, they focus more on discussing that because they don't even have evidence.
Even if they had evidence, okay? Yes. Even if they had evidence, the popular say that even a dead clock is right twice in a day. Okay? So I might be wrong, but somewhere I might be right. I might give you a right message.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us one more time. Now we'll just get to the last bit of this interview, and I want to thank you, Jose, so much for coming through. My very last question to you is now, Bamboo Village seems to be facing one of the steepest competitions right now from the new emerging businesses. We speak about the likes of Capital One, that has probably one of the best infrastructure according to a number of people in this town. We're speaking about Fabrica Lounge, that is new, and we're speaking about Blue Dove and so many other places. My last question is, how are you intending to bounce back high in South Africa?
Maybe I may have to rephrase your question. We are not bouncing back. We are on in the first place. Yes.
But you on a journey, many people seem is going steadily downwards.
That is in their mindset. Yes, in their mindset, and they entitled to their views. Probably their expectation is what they are getting that from. Their expectation is. Okay. But all I have to say is that the market is so wide for everyone to operate, and this customer wants different services and products at different times. Yeah. So this same customer all of us can serve that same customer. For example, Joshua, you go to a place for breakfast. Yes. You probably might have your favorite place for breakfast. That's the same place might be different from your favorite place for lunch, for evening, for nightlife. So this market is so wide to serve everyone. Yeah. So our responsibility is just to focus on our processes, our staffs, our suppliers, and our customers.
Very good.
Yes, and that's what we have been doing for the last 9 years.
Okay.
Yes, for any industry to grow, it must have a number of players.
Yeah.
And one thing we need to appreciate that all these emerging businesses, they are not coming to compete. Yeah. They are responding to the ever-increasing demand. The population is increasing. Yeah. So why shouldn't the service providers also increase in number? So if whoever wants to join the industry will work out. It is about working together as industrialists.
Okay.
Not focusing on competition.
That's interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And that has been the interview with Mr. Kyobe Wambuzi Joseph right here on the Hard Rock Podcast, episode number 23. And ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end. But before we get out of here, as usual, we are asking the man himself, that is Jose, to pass on his final message to everyone watching. Jose, look into that camera right over there and speak to everyone.
Thank you so much, our dear customers, partners in the industry, service providers, the players like Josh, comedians, DJs, musicians, all the entertainers in the sector. Thank you for supporting us over the last 9 years, and we are going to serving you. And my message to younger people out there is that stop belittling yourself. You have a big potential. You have 2 eyes, you have 2 legs. Even if you are blind, you have your mouth. Even if you cannot speak, you can use sign language. So look around your environment and expect the massive opportunities that are surrounding you. There is no money that will come from heaven. There is no money that will come from government. It will come directly into your pocket. It is a real struggle. It is a real hustle. Every other day that you're not having something to do, just know that you're digging your own grave. For me, any day that I feel like I don't have an appointment, I don't have anything to do, I'm restless. I just know that now I think this is a sign that I'm going down. So I think that's the message to you. It is a real struggle. It is basically the race of an antelope and the lion. So whoever runs faster is the one who survives.
Exactly.
Okay, whoever runs faster, for the lion it will run faster to get something to eat. And for an antelope to run faster to survive. Yeah. So I think that's the principle of the game. We must, every other day we must wake up and just keep running. And thank you so much. I'm privileged to have been hosted on this great platform.
Wow.
Thank you.
This is awesome. Jose, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate really your time, and you're a very busy guy, but we're able to have this guy on the show today. Viewers, that has been it. Now we have a new segment on this show that I'm just adding right here. My director has not even told me to do it. And we are going to ask our guest of today to actually give one question for the next guest we're having on this show. So Jose is going to give the question. I will not reveal what it is. I will not even look at it until next week's interview, and I'll ask the question to the next guest. So Jose is going to give the question. I will not reveal what it is. I will not even look at it until next week's interview, and I'll ask the question to the next guest. So until then, bye-bye. I'm out of here. See ya.
Yes, Afro Branch is back. Ovations bring you Afro Branch on the 30th of April at Coco Palm Arua with Irene Tale, Fifi Music, live band performances, and so many others. Don't forget to carry those mats and bottles. See you there. This event is proudly sponsored by More Radio, Estomat Hypermarket, Prime Gadgets, West Nile TV, and Ovations Events.